Greetings, your host Antoine and my co-host Little Cowboy here, and welcome to On the Couch, our pandemic editions. I will survive. Thank you so much for all our fans and viewers for your love and support. We have enjoyed together a lot of chats with amazing artists over the last few months, couple months, as well as the last 6 years. Today, I have a very special episode for you. It's kind of our Pride special, so I thought I'd throw on some Pride beads for you. Why not? uh, let's check out this trailer together, and then I will tell you all about the episode when we get
The crown is missing.
You know you can't have a pageant without a crown.
I'm the reigning Miss Church Street.
Sabotage.
Don't look at me.
It's just the negative energy surrounding this competition. Girl, I can't wait to beat your ass tonight.
It's about the people, the community.
She's just dick-hungry, self-centered, drunk.
Hey, sluts.
I mean, like, would you fight me? I mean, yeah. It's not her. I blame the syphilis.
Even?
Thank you, sir. Have a mantastic day.
You know what happened to the last guy that punched me in the ass.
So I'll be seeing you and the crown later then?
The crown, the crown. Who lost the crown? That's the premise of Queens, a comedy whodunit mystery series streaming on CBC Gem June 19th. It stars a bevy of our community's lovely, most wonderful queens. And honestly, I laughed hard when I got the press release from CBC to prep for this episode. Here's who we will be meeting on the show. Baby Bell Bell plays Babs, a pageant contender who's been unlucky in love. Champagne plays Elena, a jaded older queen. Ivory Towers plays Shoshanna, Elena's rival and an old school queen who poses a constant threat to Elena's ego. Quick Lewinsky plays Mooney, a comic relief queen. Allison Chains plays Naomi, a spiritual vibe loving queen who gets locked in a makeup store during a gas leak. Lucy Flawless plays Sharon, a type A bossy queen. Lucinda Meow plays Mini, the ditzy queen with a heart of gold. And lastly, Jada Shada Hudson plays Paper, a queen who gets an accidental lap dance from her brother. The cast is rounded up with a few supporting players. If I have not got you excited so far, I feel bad for you. No, LOL. Of course, I'm kidding. But hey, I can do more to get you excited. Come, let's meet some of the queens together. Hello,
Hi,
baby
how's it
Bell
going?
Bell. Going fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks again for having me.
You're looking lovely and colorful.
Well, it's Pride, so
Uh,
why not?
It's Pride. Yay. Tell us first about Davy Bell Bell. Your background, your how did you get into drag, and how where you are today.
Yeah, for sure. I started doing drag about 6 years ago professionally. I would do it every now and then just for fun because I went to musical theater school. So of course I did Rocky Horror and some Rent. So I had a little bit of taste of drag through those. But then 6 years ago, I did a drag contest at Cruise and Tangos, and I actually ended up winning the contest because I was,
Wow.
feisty.
Yay.
I wanted that crown so badly. So after that, I just started to, really get my name out there, working at all of the main bars on Church Street, and luckily they wanted to have me. And
Nice.
yeah, since then I've just been, making connections and having so much fun with drag.
Fantastic. You're a great addition to the community. So
Thank you.
yay.
Yay!
let's, let's talk about Babs, your character that you're playing in the series. And in my introduction, I introduced a little bit about what each of you kind of the character that you play, but tell us all about her. How did you embody that character?
Yeah, I mean, Babs was such a fun character to play. I remember when going just through the audition process of reading the other characters and, seeing which one I thought I would want to read for, just the name Babs itself just sounds so exciting. And I was like, you know what? I think Babs is the one. And when I got the full script of the episode, I was like, oh my goodness, she is fierce. She's definitely competitive. She likes a little bit of drama. But I think what gets the connection with Babs and what viewers are gonna really connect with her is that she does wear her heart on her sleeve. In drag, we're very confident and we're really, really, we're wanting to make sure that we are like that person that everyone can look up to. But even drag queens outside of drag struggle with everyday life things, and she wears her heart on the sleeve. I don't want to give away too much, but that's what I'll say. She wears her heart on her sleeve.
That's cool. We can't wait to meet her.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Pride, since we're all in a Pride spirit. Why is celebrating Pride important in your opinion?
Pride is always my personal favorite time of the year. It kind of always allows me to remember, hey, this is why I'm allowed to do what I do for a living. This is my full-time job now. And Pride is our hot season where we're working our little butts off. It's a little different right now with quarantine, but usually it's that time where we get to reflect and say, you know what, I'm so lucky to have this job and be a representative in the community, because Pride brings people together. Toronto Church Street, we shut down the whole street. We have people coming from all over the country and all over the world to Toronto Pride, at least, because Toronto's just a great city. And, we all know that Pride right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, it's really a time to reflect and say, we wouldn't have had this without those riots back in the day, without, fighting for what we believed we deserved. And, I'm so thankful to even have that time to reflect. And I think Pride and, seeing families bring their kids to Pride, it's just, honestly, it always puts such a smile on my face during the Pride season. Even though I'm tired from working, every morning I'll wake up and every day I'll have a moment of being thankful that I have the job and I get to do what I do.
Very nice. You're very, very beautifully put. And I have to hand it to you. You mentioned quarantine, but you guys have not slowed down. Everybody that I'm seeing in this community is busier than ever.
You know what? I feel like drag queens are always, we're always creative, and we always put on our thinking caps on how we can keep things going, right? So the first week of quarantine was when I said, you know what? All my jobs are closed, so thank goodness we have the internet. So I just started doing things for fun and not really realizing that, all of the drag community really kind of got together saying, hey, let's do a show together online. Let's, let's do some Zoom performances and Instagram performances. And we've actually been quite busy still.
Yeah, no, I'm loving the creativity. Thank you. We look forward to meeting Babs, and happy Pride.
No problem. Thank you again for having us. Happy Pride.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we can cut here. Don't worry. Who's my next? My next is Ivory.
Ivory Towers. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I worked with Ivory before. Well, thank you. The show really sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be playing some of the trailers and a couple of clips on the episode, so to show everybody what a great job you all did. So.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, it was a really fun show to film, and I'm excited. I haven't even seen the episode yet. I've only seen a little clip. No, we're doing a live stream of it with Pride on Friday, so they want us to get our actual reaction. So I'm going to be sitting in my home, really nervous.
People are doing cool. Well, all the best.
No problem. Thanks again for having us, and have fun with Ivory and the rest of the cast.
Thank you, darling. Bye. And now we have Ivory Towers. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hi, darling. Come to the show. Let's start with you. Let's talk about Ivory.
Yes.
Your background got you into drag. I know you've been doing some really great work for a while. So tell us all about it.
For a very, very long time, yes. Well, I'm not one of those people that remember the dates that they started doing drag. So I think I started in 2008 or 9. So it's been a good 12, 13 years of doing this professionally. Yeah, and I do it full time. I'm always doing bar gigs, hopping here and there, doing corporate stuff, just doing drag full time and really embracing it and just seeing where it goes. And it led me to this. So that's super cool.
What got you into it? Why did you want to do drag?
Back then, drag was just so, I mean, I'm going to say underground, as underground as I know drag. And I just went into Cruise and Tangos and I just saw the performers after moving here from Brampton. And I was just so amused and impressed and just taken back about what kind of art form it was. I never knew what drag was until that day. I've always seen it. Like, I've watched The Birdcage and, you know, I've seen actors do it, but I never thought that was actually a thing, which is weird. And when I was growing up, I would like lip sync in a mirror and be like, why can't I do this as a job? And I never knew that that was a thing. And it just so happens it is a thing. So I was just so taken aback about what drag was. And ever since then, I just entered contests and I think I've done drag since then. I've never stopped. I've never taken a break.
You're doing it well. Your makeup is flawless.
Well, it's as good as it can be sitting in front of a computer at 1 p.m. Yeah.
Let's talk about Shoshanna. Who is Shoshanna? What is she all about?
Shoshanna, well, she is the first Miss Church Street. So she's the first winner. And I think she's very protective of this title, and it's something that I think maybe it was her first title that she won. And in the drag world, pageants are cutthroat and a little crazy, and you meet the craziest people doing pageants, and I think she embodies all of that. She's very much, she won, she was the first one, and she wants everyone to know that she was the first one. She wants everyone to know that.
I really liked her in the trailers. She looked like she's a fun character.
She was super fun.
Yeah.
She is nothing like me, which is why I liked it. A lot of people play themselves, and I have a funny way of getting casted. I wasn't casted, and I filled in for someone last minute, and literally I got called the night before to come in, and I read it really quickly, and I was like, it's like a little scene I did. And I was like, I need to be memorable. I need this character to be this crazy person and not me. So, yeah, I created this character really quickly. A little inspiration from Schitt's Creek, from Alexis, because I love Schitt's Creek, but more of a drag version. So this is a very like quick thing I put together, and I became more invested in this character than I thought I would be. I really love her. I'm obsessed with her, and yeah, I had a great time doing it.
We're lucky that you ended up stepping in then.
Yeah, me too.
It's Pride season. Why is it still important for us to celebrate and, of course, advocate?
Yeah, well, it's never, you know, it is hard because we are in a digital world right now, but there's always time to advocate and always use your voice. You're always making a difference no matter what you're doing, whether it's out in public or right now being on social media. It's just important to be heard and to be seen and to be always in the spotlight and to always be pushing for people's rights. Drag queens are here to make a difference. Like, we started it, you know, Black trans women started in Stonewall. Like, we're here to be seen and to be heard. And it's so important to hear our narrative and to hear other people's narrative. Just to make a difference in the world, whether it be small or big.
Thank you. Well, I have never done drag, but I've always.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you've never done drag. I don't believe that.
But I've always held drag artists in our community as the highest place, because I know that a lot in our community would have not happened if it wasn't for the advocacy and for putting. Because drag queens were the first ones that put themselves out there to speak up on our behalf. So, and I was saying to Baby Bell, I'm very impressed by you guys all took in the last couple of months to the internet and created so much joy and interesting programming and really awesome things. So thank you.
No problem. It's a huge learning curve because, you know, we go from going to do bars to making videos and editing and, it's been a learning curve, but I've been super happy with everything that I've been producing, as well as all my friends and things I'm seeing. And I'm super proud of our community with everything that's going on, and just taking a stand and making quality content for the people that would normally come out to bars.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Thank
Well, happy
you.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
And I can't wait to see the show. So
Me too.
take care. Next
babes.
up is Quick Lewinsky. Welcome to On the Couch.
Hi, how are you today?
Doing fantastic. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Thank you. You're looking lovely, and the background is gorgeous.
You. Yeah, I mean, all of the queens have had to, adjust how we do our drag, and I feel like most of us have something cute to hang out in and take pictures in at home now. So
You're all doing amazing. Actually, I said that to Ivory and maybe Bell. I am really impressed by what you guys have created over the last few months. You really have took on to the to social media and created some really awesome content. So
it's been spectacular. I also feel like we've seen things from performers that we wouldn't necessarily have gotten to see in a bar. Certain queens are really good at video editing, and they're blowing everyone's minds. And like, thanks for the content. It's amazing.
No, very nice. Well, before we got to this, you did a lot of great work in the community. So let's talk about Quick Lewinsky. How did you get your start? What got you into drag? What do you love about it? That sort of thing.
Well, I got my start in Toronto doing burlesque many years before I did drag. So that was the community that kind of raised me. And then through my years doing burlesque, I would often play with gender, and I would maybe incorporate a drag look here and there. But it wasn't until about, 3.5, maybe 4 years ago that I kind of started doing burlesque in drag full time. And it's amazing. It's cool being a drag queen in a burlesque community, because there's plenty more now, but it's not the usual. And it's also fun bringing burlesque into the village, because it's not always the same crossover, although in the same vein, there's a lot more of it now. So
beautiful. I actually, you know what? I've dedicated a lot of shows to burlesque, and I know a lot of performers on that side. And I think other than drag, it's a really, really wonderful art form.
Actually, that's how I know about your show. Actually, through burlesque before drag. Actually,
I had Ivory, I had Belle Jamel a bunch of times.
Belle Jamel and Johnny Be Good. I remember that a number of years ago.
Cool. Well, let's talk about Mooney. I've been reading the press releases, watching the clips, all that sort of stuff. You all have really awesome and funny characters. What is she all about?
Well, she's amazing. I mean, she's amazing because Fisher Price, like Justin, who wrote the show, is hilarious. And I feel like for anyone who watches the show, it's going to be a lot of very relevant, kind of not Toronto specific, but Toronto and Canada's drag scene definitely has its own vibe, and Fisher just managed to really capture that while also just being drop dead hilarious. But Mooney, she's a handful. They're all a handful. I actually auditioned for a few different parts before we landed on this, and in hindsight, I don't know why I didn't just see it from the beginning. I'm quite convinced that Justin wrote her for me. Nice. We're very similar. The description for the casting was something about a 52-year-old chain-smoking bingo hall woman trapped in a body. And yeah, so she I think she's a bit of an underdog, but she definitely doesn't consider herself as much. Although there are running jokes about how she's definitely not about to win this pageant.
You know what? We can't wait to meet her. And you touched on something that I just now thought of it. The show, or at least what I've seen so far, does have a Canadian spirit to it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And I don't even quite know how to quantify that for you, but you can feel it. You can feel it in your bones when you watch it.
We're funny, we're nice, even when we're mean, we're still nice, and you can feel that in the show.
And I also feel it in the way that like drag from the city is represented in the show.
Yeah.
Of course, I love that they opted to cast actual drag queens instead of actors and putting them in drag. So there is a really authentic feel to it. Like we leaned into our own mannerisms and our own senses of humor, and it got better. But even in the casting, it's quite down the middle, like half and half, a lot of village queens, and a lot of West End queens. Like I consider us like freak shows. And so there's a really interesting representation there with more like, it's not one standard look of drag. Alice in Chains spends most of the series shirtless in a bra with like half makeup on, no wig. So it definitely shows some like less glamorous things about our drag communities.
Very cool. Very cool. Happy Pride. Your thoughts on the importance of Pride?
Honestly, the time we are in right now is heinous and so difficult and painful, but I really think something is shaking loose right now.
Yes.
I feel like the spirit of like so many people coming together and saying absolutely no more, we've had enough, is really the spirit of Pride. So I feel like we're really getting back to some roots this year with our ability to get in the streets and protest because of the lockdown. I don't know, it's something very, and I hope that this, everything that's happening right now, that this Pride is Blacker than ever, that those are the voices that we're centering, that Black and brown bodies take up like the front space of Pride this year, because it does feel like a renaissance to the first Prides. And I think that's the spirit we should like hold on to.
Beautiful message. Actually, we are dedicating on the couch all of July to Black artists and Black voices. So that's going to be very, very exciting and very rich.
Yeah, I also have a, I'm donating all of my my tips and my gig money this month to a group in Prince Edward County called All Welcome Here. And it's a relatively new Black Lives Matter kind of affiliated community organization there in a very small town that had just a very first Black Lives Matter rally, and 1/4 of the population showed up. Of 4,000 people, over 1,000 people showed up at the rally, and it was amazing for like a rural town. So that's where all my money's going this month.
You just gave me some tears in my eyes. That's
awesome.
awesome.
I was tearing up when I saw the like main street lined with everyone very like silently protesting in black. It was, whew, it was moving. Yeah.
And good on you for being involved. You know what? This is all the time we have. Sorry, but hopefully we'll be in touch. I'd love to get you on one of the full episodes and chat more. Until then, happy Pride, and
thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Happy Pride.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Last but not the least, we have Champagne playing Elena.
How are you?
Who lost the crown. If you remember at the beginning of the show, guys, I said the crown, who lost the crown? That's her.
Listen, I will not, let's not point fingers, okay? Let's not point fingers.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, darling. Let's talk about you first. Let's talk about Champagne. We like to know who, what got you here, what got you into drag. Tell us a bit about your history.
Okay, so Champagne is like one of the main staples of the West End and has been for quite some time now. I was Bent Beauty 2019, Bent Beauty Supreme, which is quite the coveted beauty pageant on the West End.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've been doing drag for about 5 years now. My main gig is I host Toronto's largest viewing party of RuPaul's Drag Race at the Gladstone with Alice in Chains. You know, I'm fun, I'm fabulous, holding on the West End, keeping things alternative.
What got you into drag? Why did you love it so much to make it?
Ooh, what got me into drag? Okay, so my background is actually in acting, and that's what I had moved to Toronto for. But I wasn't really finding my footing out here, and I was like very, very creatively pent up. And 5 years ago, I think it was after the summer after World Pride, Judy Virago was having a cabaret, and she asked me if I wanted to sing in it, and I was like, yeah, sure. And then it was like, in or out of drag, and I was like, well, I'm not going to shy away from this.
Wow.
So, then Champagne was born.
Oh, love it. Let's talk about Elena.
Okay.
Sounds like a very, very interesting character. Who is
Yes.
she and what makes her tick?
Elena is like, she considers herself like the mother of everyone. So she kind of has that like matriarch feeling about her. Running the entire show. And, like what makes her tick? Wow, she's very like regimented in rules and kind of like the tradition of drag. So, things have to be a certain way and look a certain way. So when they're not, I guess she can tick there.
And I can feel that from the clips that I watched and the trailer. I really laughed a few spots. I was like, okay, this is a really great character.
Oh,
For
amazing.
you,
Yeah, she was so much fun
you
to play.
you did enjoy playing her. Cool, cool. Let's talk about Pride season is here. Give us your best memory of Pride, of celebrating Pride.
Oh, my favorite memory. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I would probably have to say my favorite memory was 3 years ago. Mainly, it was for the alternate queer stage. I just loved it because I made this huge, like, for my performance, I made this huge kind of like Follies big backdrop that I came out and I like held. It was like made up of bad garbage bags. It was so beautiful. I love that. That was probably one of my favorite memories. And of course, like, I mean, the best thing about Pride is walking down the street. I mean, especially as a drag queen, you can't get more than 5 feet without being mobbed. But I actually love those. Like, you really get to connect with people, and everyone is so vulnerable at Pride. So you really get to have these beautiful moments with people when you get stopped on the street.
Very, very nice. Actually, and with the other fellow performers on the series, we talked about the importance of Pride, and Pride is still very important for both our spirit and for advocacy, I guess.
You know what? And I think like this year we actually have a unique opportunity for us to all remember what Pride is. For the most part, corporations have pulled out. Lol, we see you. Pulled out so we can really go back and remember what it's about. Like really be like, hey, okay, this is a protest. There's still lots to fight for. Right now, it's like to remember, without our Black family, we wouldn't have Pride. They were the ones that have really started the movement and have kept it going for the most part. So it's also a nice time for us to step back and give back to them in any way that we can.
Beautiful, beautiful message. And you're absolutely right. I'm actually feeling the spirit of collaborative Pride and more, wanting to include everyone this year a lot more. So I think because of the pandemic, whatever, we're having time to actually stop and think about what it means to us.
Absolutely, and it also kind of gives us time and an opportunity to connect with each other in different ways as well, which is an exciting thing, I think.
Very nice. Keep it up. You guys are doing some awesome work and presenting.
Oh, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. This was like a dream come true to do this, and like to have my new sisters around me. It's so great.
Very cool. Well, happy Pride. The show looks great, and
happy Pride.
All the best. I'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. There you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this awesome episode. You can find all our past episodes on our YouTube channel for the past 6 seasons until we get back to filming season 7 live with Rogers TV. For now, enjoy our social media series, I Will Survive, and like us on Facebook at /Join Us on the Couch. To stream Queens, visit CBC Gem, that is GEM. There's also going to be a meet and greet event with the cast for Pride. Details of that you can look up on pridetoronto.com. Take care, and as always, keep the love going. We love you, I love you, and happy Pride. And I'm going to leave you with the clip from a clip from the show to whet your appetite even more. Enjoy it.
That's just Brian.
How is Caesar?
Oh, my stars. A killing would have ruined the mood tonight. Lulu? Lulu, darling, the crown is missing. We have to find it. Without a crown, there's no pageant, and my girls need their chance to shine. Well, let's search the bar.